What are some signs for you personally where you're like, okay, and now I'm starting to need a break? What's happening usually in your brain?
Oh, that's a good one. It's sometimes it's like not realizing till it's too late, like till you see another post and you're just like, oh, like, or I think one of the first things that happens is just I dread sort of connecting with like any sort of news, any social media. I just disappear sort of, because obviously our algorithms on our phones are so sort of aligned to, so it's like even if I want to look at useless things, it's not going to be possible because the stuff I care about is going to come up. And sometimes you just feel drained. Like I kind of get this like feeling of, why do I do this? Like, why am I doing this? Or like, nobody, it's like a lot of negative thoughts as well sometimes, of like, and doubt,
Yeah.
like, why do I keep doing this? Nobody listens. Or like, what have I achieved, sort of a thing, it's like, and I think that's like the first sort of step of like saying, well, maybe I need like a day or two just to like
Yeah.
recharge. Yeah. What
Yeah.
about you?
I feel it when I'm edgy, like when I'm getting really edgy and I'm snappy. I'm like, okay, I need to take a break because I know who I am
Uh-huh.
as a person, and I'm generally not a snappy person unless I'm under like task stress, like I've got lots to do,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm just under a lot of emotional stress where I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I have seen and heard too much, and now any little thing just makes me a bit annoyed.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I'm like, okay, I need to get away from stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yeah, similar to you, I'll kind of just be, I'm like, I want to see something useless. Like I want to see someone play with slime, and I can't find it. You know,
And yeah.
like where are my cat videos when I need them?
Yeah.
That's when. So when I'm like
Yeah.
seeking that out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm feeling a bit tired. I
Yeah.
can sense it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is important to recognize those signs, and actually I've never asked myself that before. So I think it is important to ask yourself when you're like, what are the signs of you getting burnt out? Because that's kind of what happens to me, is when it's, instead of sort of realizing when it starts to happen, I've already gone through like the day, and like by the end of the day I'm just, yeah. And it is actually, it does come out as being really like irritated at just everything. Like everything I read, I'll just be mad, and that's not healthy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's,
Because you carry those emotions, right? Outside of that
yeah.
exchange you've had with the post or with a news
Mm-hmm.
report, you will carry that emotion sometimes to the people you love and care about, and you don't mean to. Like no
Yeah.
one means to hurt the people they love and care
Yeah.
about, or anyone, I hope. But but you find
Yeah.
yourself like, your brother will ask you something and you just be like really snappy at him.
Yeah. It's
Which is
always
when
the brother. It's
it's
always,
always
it is with me as well. Easy targets, huh?
it's like you come in my way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's really important. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't think as a young, like when I again first started, not that I used to call myself an advocate, I do now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think you have to you might have to experience it once or twice until you're like, oh, it's happening again.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just gonna know,
Yeah.
like unless you know yourself really well, which is
Mm-hmm.
also reflective practice. um, it'll happen once or twice, and then you'll be like, I can see a pattern because I'm reflecting, because that's what advocates do. And you'll be like, oh, it's coming, I'm getting really edgy, I need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think there's a really high expectation that we just know these things when we start doing them, but
Yeah.
it's still it's a learning process.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. We have to make mistakes to be able to like correct them or get to a better place or know better. And I think that's
Mm.
the same with anything. You have to go through it and then sort of recognize it, because it's no good if you go through it and then don't reflect on it or think about it or recognize it. You'll just keep doing it, right?
Totally.
It's an endless cycle. Yeah.